And welcome to the classiest place on earth. I am tired. It is wonderful to see you. It is so bright. I literally don't have it in me to go shut that curtain. Fuck you, curtain. Fuck you. Maybe I can do it with my mind. No, I can't. Good morning. I hope you're all doing well. Yeet, thank you so much for subbing the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving it its swings for 2 sub babies. I fucking appreciate you. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent. Disgusting. I am disgusting. If I go down here, it's okay. I can dodge the sun. It's only bright right there. It's not bad. I hope you're all doing well. I was up all night coughing. I feel like shit, but I genuinely just don't know what else to do. I'm incapable of sitting around and doing nothing. I'm just incapable. I even sick. Gondor calls for aid. The beak. I know. It's this one window. It's only for a couple hours every day. I swear to God. It's just the sun. If it's out, it's horrid, and then it goes away. But I just have to. Maybe if I'll just live down here for a minute. How's everyone doing?
Now, I'm going to fuck you with Satan's cock.
You know, we would have more luck summoning a cloud. Let's be real. God. Trouble, thank you so much for subbing the class, keeping the class alive, and giving it any swings. I fucking appreciate you. It's okay, everything is fine. Why would I lie? You know, what I hear is that it's impossible to lie on the internet. So, I think you're good. I think we're safe. Melt in the sunlight. God, I know. It turned bright, that's for sure. Oh my God, Yeet, wait, for the first time? You've never seen Midsummer? I'm shocked you hadn't seen it before. Yeah, I feel like people really build that movie up. I really like the movie. It's cool. I think it's really well done. I think, what's that studio? A21 or A something? They do some good shit. But man, A24, not A21. Thank you, A24. They do some good movies. I liked it. But people, I mean, depending on what affects you the most, I think people get built up to, like, I don't know. They get built up to something with the movie, because oftentimes I'm the person who shows it to people the first time, and they're like, huh? And I'm like, yeah, I don't really know what you were expecting. One of those, but that being said, if you're going to watch Midsummer, I know a lot of people get fucking triggered when I say this. Major trigger warning. Major trigger warnings. I wish, for fuck's sake, someone would have trigger warned me for that movie, and no one did. And that would have been nice. But, you know, what do you do? We're here, we're queer, ready to get fucked. I was trying to mess with my light, see if I could bring that down a little bit. That's focus. That's not light. Stop that. Where's brightness? Can we take you down just a little? Maybe not. No, we're just stuck like this. Okay. Oh, well. I'd seen the end scene as part of a sound design breakdown, but I've never seen it in full. It kind of left me whelmed. I've seen the end scene as part of the sound design breakdown. Yeah, I could see that. I could see. It's very, like... Yeah. I could completely understand that. It's a movie. I don't even know. It would be shining too if it weren't for the fact that today was an entire day of gray skies, so no sunlight. Oh, just rain and sometimes no rain, but gray skies. It gets bright here like that too when it's gray out. It's really long. And there's a lot of, I don't know. I've seen it so many times. One of, like, Yeet, if you ever decide to watch it again for some unknown reason, one of my favorite things to watch when I'm watching it again is, like, everything means something in the movie. So, like, at the very beginning of the movie when she's crying on her couch, you see a picture above the couch in her apartment, and that means something. And, like, every mural on the inside of the buildings they live in is actually, like, spoilering the story for you before you even see it. And before I rewatched it, I didn't know any of that. And I like looking for shit like that. Like you kind of the entire story is almost told to you via the paintings before you're even in the story. I'm into that. I like little things like that. I feel like A24 does a lot of that and it's just fun. I don't know. I really dig that stuff. Oh, 100%. The middle, it's seriously, the middle is what I'm talking about. That's the part where I start looking around, looking at things that are like signs of what's to come, I guess. But I I like when people write a movie like that, where there's little things to look at during that really slow what the fuck is happening part, if that makes sense. Might it's a rough one. I mean, I like it. It's horror. It's definitely horror, but major trigger warnings. I don't know how to say that stronger. Boo, Viata. I mean, I'm sick as fuck and was up night coughing all night long. So you and I both, bitch. Operation Entice the Aliens was a failure. I slept naked and face down on top of the blankets, and all I got was cold. You have to be in the middle of America somewhere, in some fields, I think, in order for a probe to get you. I did notice the picture murals, and I kind of felt like I was about to get Chekhoved. Yeah. I have a short video with a Houndmaster Killer and Dead by Daylight trailer. Let's look at it. Hold on, let me give you a permit, boo. Do I have my permit button today? Yeah. I want to see that poodle. I want to see that poodle. I wish Dead by Daylight was still awesome. I'm very jealous of people that enjoy it. It was destroyed by the player base for me. Every time I've tried to play, I'm just like, wow, this is a shit show. But they have great concepts, and I'm like, in theory, it's a suck. Chekhov's dog, if there was a dog in the story, it better not just be a decoration. Can I pet that dog? I'm pretty sure she pets her dog. I think her dog is her weapon, right? I think. I don't know. Honestly, I haven't played enough, like, I can't, oh my god, what was the last... I don't even remember whoever I want to say, the bad guy, whoever the bad guy was that was introduced the last time I played. It was so many bad guys ago. I don't even remember anymore. I lost my mind streaming it one day because I was the killer and the survivors were torturing me and they all died because of the time limit. Wow. That sucks. Most player bases are toxic and fucked, which is why I fly solo in games fuck people. Isn't that shitty? I feel like the only time I play group games is if it's PvP so I can kill you. Or if I play it with friends, like Borderlands or something. Because it sucks. Good morning, Genova love. I hope you're doing well. Oh, no shit. You legitimately can pet the dog as a game mechanic if you sit still for a couple seconds. That's beautiful. I repeat, for those in the back, you can pet the dog. They knew better. They know better. We have to be able to pet the dog, otherwise we're going to want to kill the dog. I cannot play Dead by Daylight. I played one day to help KPB show off the Aliens update, and that was enough for me. Same. Yep, I've tried as the murderer and as the killer and as the survivors, and unless the group is your friends and you're talking to them, they just gang up on you. Because they're all friends, and so, like, if everyone's a survivor and there's a killer and you're one of the survivors, all the survivors and the killer will be talking to each other and working on how to level their killer friend up just by murdering you over and over and over and over again. It's not the game anymore. And I hate that. That's not fun. At all. Well, that's Viata. I mean, you watched me play ESO for how many years? And, like, solo. Like, I went into PvP to kill people. That was the only time I played with other people. That was it. Like, people I mean, remember the fucking... Oh, God. Don't get me started on ESL. I'll just get mad. I'm gonna load a bowl. I'll just get mad about it. It's infuriating. I had so much fun in that game. But, like, if you've never played ESO, there's an open world PvP area called Cyrodiil. And I wasn't even good. I don't think I was that good at PvP. I was okay, but nowhere near anyone like Fangrush or something. Like, I was not some fucking god in PvP. But if you manage to kill one person, either in Battlegrounds or Imperial City, they will hunt you for the rest of their goddamn lives. Because they don't have a life. I mean, I fuck you not. It's been 5 years since I played ESO, and every once in a while, these fucks will still drop in my chat and say something inappropriate. And I'm like, are you kidding? You still think of me? This many years? Like, mean people, not friends. Mean people. Get a hobby. Something. Good morning, Crispy. How are you? Slowly reclines, dude. ESO's the shit. I honestly, like, I've considered getting back into it multiple times, and every time, the only thing that stops me is there is nothing new in PvP. And that's no fault of people in charge of PvP or anything. The company does not see PvP players as money spenders, therefore they do not invest in PvP players. Which I find ironic. Some of their #1 streamers are all PvP players. So, like, saying PvP doesn't make you money is pretty fucked up. In my opinion. In my opinion. EVE Online PvP and the Mitani, we don't ruin the game, we just ruin it for you. God. To be fair, there's a little bit of new stuff in PvP, 4x4 and 8x8 models, map changes. Map in, like, you mean Battlegrounds? That's something. What is, I guess it's, like, boring. I mean, I don't know how to put that. I have, like, I should just try it, because I feel like I say it all the time. I should just install ESO and try it. I could probably put on Slodes and still fly through Battlegrounds like nobody's business, and it's been almost 6 years. And I think that's sad. Like, there's not... I look at the game, I read the patch notes, I'm still invested in the game. Like, the game was great and literally, like, built me as a human. I love ESO. But, like... there's no need for me to play any other part of the game because they haven't really, like, improved on what was there 6 years ago, I guess. But I should just do it and prove it, probably. At least pull out my butthole house. I'm not a good source. I mean, I look into it because if they did some huge PvP overhaul where it was just different, there's not even improvements or anything I would make, just different, just something to do. Yeah, but it just ends up 8 hours of PvP with the same armor on because there's nothing better than what I already have. I don't know. It feels stagnant. There's a company saying only the clinicians make the money for the agency. Nope, none of us billers fighting claim denials and insurance companies. Wow, that's nice. That's pleasant of them. I didn't know the ESO days, but you did revisit it one day and showed off your house with a chode in it. That's what the game is for me, chode house. The only, like... downside to the chode house is I'd have to reinstall all of my like add-ons onto the game because it's not really a downside, but I know I've talked about this many times and there is a clip out there somewhere on my YouTube or something, but in one of my houses in ESO, which housing is the be all end all, housing is the best part of ESO, I created, let's see, I'd say at least a 36-foot tall anus that could penetrate itself. It was animated. So it's literally just giant boulders and all these decorations, and it's kind of it looks like someone's about to sit on your face if you looked up at the ceiling, but it's a giant. And I had an add-on that if you turned on a certain light in the house, the entire ass would lower onto a piece of coral and then turn that light off and it would raise back off the coral. It was incredible. Incredible. Beautiful. Art. It was. I don't even know if those add-ons exist anymore to animate stuff, which sucks. Because that was the best part. Sadly. Computer, don't be weird. But maybe someday I'll bring it back. I don't know. Maybe. It was great. It was a great ass. What up, Vex? Vex, I don't know if you're on Twitter or Blue Sky, but if you didn't know, Jungle was my #2, or was it #1 on my Spotify this year? I'll be calling out a few of you for what ended up on my Spotify recap, because if you didn't notice, there's 0 ghost on my Spotify recap, and that's you. You did this! Where is it? Fuck Twitter. Jungle's my number 2. That's the first time a brand new band has ended up on my Spotify. Because the rest of it is literally like Deadmau5, Starcadian, Hosier, and Sleep Token. No shit. I listen to that shit constantly. Like, Deadmau5 has been in my top 5 since Spotify was created. I like the synthy EDM-y shit, I guess, but Jungle was a new one, and I had to tell you, because that is all you. The one that fucked itself, I'm pretty sure, was the one that spread its cheeks, wasn't it? I think so. I have so many houses. Like, and this is the other killer. So if you play ESO, you're well aware of this. But essentially, my computer, stop it. So ESO is a buy to play. I don't know how to say that. It's not, you don't have to subscribe to the game, but there's an optional subscription. And the optional subscription is to a lifer of the game is not optional because it gives you an unlimited craft bag. So every crafting material ever becomes like you can just collect it for all eternity. Without the subscription, you have very little bag space. It's very annoying. It drives you nuts. But what happens is when you subscribe to the game, it's like, what, $17.99 a month or whatever. All of that money you use to subscribe to the game gets transferred into gold crowns. That's what they're called. Wow, it's been so long I forgot the word crowns. They get turned into crowns. And crowns are your your in-app purchases. Your, what are they called? Microtransactions. That's how you pay for like cosmetic shit. Stuff like that. Housing, houses, stuff like that. And when I stopped playing the game, I was taking a break. I still call it a break because I probably will go back to it one day. It's my MMO. It's like WoW for some people. Like, it's your fallback. But when I logged back into it, I never stopped subscribing to the game. I have like over $300 in crowns right now to spend on housing. It's disgusting. Like, if we ever just want to do a day where we go buy a brand new house and deck that shit out, I could do that and have money left over. It's sickening. Like, the crowns just built up. It's insane. It's a lot. Bollywood's releasing a new single tomorrow. Oh, their new album's coming out, isn't it? Was there hands on that one? Man, do I have to install ESO and go look at my houses? Man, I don't remember. What's sad is there was a lot of clips of these houses at one point, and unfortunately, they are lost to time. Because of the grand clipping of this shit. Which sucks. If you weren't around Twitch, what was that, like 2 years ago or whatever? Essentially, the big, what was it? The DMCA-ifying of Twitch or whatever. Yeah, the DMCA shit. When that went down, everybody, we all went to our clips and just hit delete. It was so fucking sad. I still am sad about it, and it was a couple years ago. It was literally deleting my life on Twitch. Because, God forbid, I got nailed for DMCA. Which is why we have the black magic and why you won't hear any music on if you're watching my VOD right now, I'm so sorry. There's music on the live. You should come hang out with us live. There's no music on any of the VODs, and that's the reason we can do it. The fucking, yeah, the great fucking deleting my life, yeah. Because God forbid I had music on in the background. I understand, like, this is the part that kills me, is I completely understand if someone's just playing music and making money off of someone else's content and doing nothing on their own, yeah, nail them. That's theft. Background music, while I am absolutely creating content, i.e. playing ESO 8 hours a day, every fucking day, and then 4 hours after stream every day, that's not it. That's like arresting someone because you heard their radio come out of their car. But that's essentially what they threatened on all of us. It was really fucking scary. So we have the black magic now, and it's great. And unfortunately, if you're not here for the live, you don't hear any of the music I play, and it sucks. The golden clips. I mean, I'm glad that Losney was able to grab some and throw them on YouTube as fast as possible before the deleting. But I'm very bitter about it. It was so much of my life, just our lives, so many memories, just memories. It was like someone setting on fire a photo album, irreplaceable. It was like your house being on fire and all your photo albums went up. That's what it felt like. Irreplaceable shit. I can never go back. Like, those are gone. Like, there was that article written about me years ago by, oh God, what's that? They write articles on fucking streamers all the time. I can't remember what they're called. But they wrote an article on me, and they had a clip of me in there talking, like, it was, I mean, God knows, whenever I get attention, it's never for something great, but I was basically going off on a troll. And I was like, I'm not your mom. Go get more hugs. I'm not the fucking target for all your anger. Go talk to a therapist. I just kind of went off, and I ended up getting this in the news. That clip is now gone. And it is so upsetting. You go to that article in the clip, no clips are there. The article is completely, like, doesn't have any reference. And I look at shit like that, I'm like, what the fuck? No music on VODs does create hilarious clips. Facts. I mean, especially when I start, like, jamming around and dancing to it and there's literally nothing going on in the background. It's beautiful. You're on a radio station, you're mostly talking over it or praising its glory, right? Or talking about it, or we're analyzing music, or we're talking about beautiful dancers. I truly do not feel like I'm stealing content in any way, shape, or form. I never have. We are all a part of what we're doing. Like, you guys are we're breaking it down, talking about the singers, sharing new music. Like, this is what friends do, and this is how music grows when we find new bands. I don't feel in any way, shape, or form like I'm stealing content. I would never do that. If I could sing, I would. Good morning, Nick. I hope you're doing well, Honeybean. I miss the days when you had covers and music left and right on the internet. Same. Putting my Christmas tree up and I'm being OCD, wanting it to look perfect. What's a perfect Christmas tree look like? I have my Christmas tree up, but, like, I don't have a lot of ornaments. I was telling, was I talking about it yesterday? I don't remember. I'm sick, so the days are a little fuzzy, but it was either in movie night last night or on stream yesterday. I was talking about how I do have a shit ton of ornaments, but they're all Barbie. Because when I was born, all the women in my family looked at me and said, she's a Barbie girl. So every year of my life, my Nana got me the Hallmark Collector's Barbie ornament. And I have every single one for 36 years in its original packaging in my cellar. I just don't have the want to take it out and have a Barbie tree. It's my life. I don't know why they saw Barbie in me, but they did. Ooh, fuck yeah. First time putting it up? Oh, hell yes. Why? Why? Shut up. You're barking at nothing. Ugh, dogs. Come on. They saw a squirrel today, so their only interest is go outside and kill squirrel. They don't actually give a fuck about me today. Just take us outside. We need to kill the squirrel. That you always tell us who the artist or content creator was so we can go love on them and give them views, and I encourage that. Even when we watch, like, Vivzy and shit like that, I hope no one feels like I'm just sitting here being lazy stealing someone's content. I just genuinely enjoy watching stuff with you guys more than by myself. It's doing stuff together. Pinky in the Brain. Oh, that's cute. Those are probably Insta money. I've thought about that, but I think my mother would disown me. Not that that'd be the worst thing in the world, but they're all gifts from my Nana. And so that's the only thing that really stops me is, like, my Nana did get me all these fucking, but I literally, no shit, I thought about that when I was putting my tree up the other day, Vex. I'm like, you know, with this Barbie movie coming out and everybody like, oh, Barbie's cool again, I could probably make a bill off these fucking ornaments. I might someday. I have no affinity for Barbie, if that's not apparent. I did not have, like, I was Sid. Not exaggerating. I definitely tore Barbies apart and, like, glued their arms together to make them look like spiders and stuff because I wanted Transformers. I wanted Decepticons. I wanted the bug Decepticons. Real fucking bad, the Insecticons. But my mom and my dad were like, you're a girl, here's some Barbies. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna find a lighter and make Decepticons. And I did. It was a nightmare, but I tried. So I have my mom's Norman Rockwell bulbs starting from 75, so they have to be hung in year order. Uh-huh. That's the Barbies, too. I get that. When someone plays music for me, I cross it off the list and never listen to it again. That's normal, right? Sure. Yeah. Why not? Lil's fine. She's doing great. She's a trooper. I left all my mother's Xmas stuff with my sister, and I divide among herself and whichever her sons want. I have no interest in any of it. That's nice. See, that's kind of how I feel. Like, I got left all this stuff that I'm like, someone else would probably appreciate this. And I'm just sitting here like, I gotta put my Barbies up. Why? Fucking dogs. They're so weird. Your Nana would probably also want you to live happily. They're just taking up space in the darkness. You're not wrong. In the long run, she probably wouldn't give a fuck. Respectfully, the Transformers comment. Oh, man. I had 3 older brothers, so I grew up watching Transformers and Ninja Turtles and shit like that. I did not grow up watching shit that made me want Barbies by any fucking means. I don't know why everyone kept pushing Barbies and dolls on me. I never liked dolls, never liked Barbies. Give me the Insecticons, quite specifically, because I liked bugs. Obviously, still love bugs. That was all I wanted, but, like, I was a girl. Girls get pink and Barbies. And boys get the fun stuff. Ball sacks. 100%, yeah. It was, I mean, my mom, to this day, bless her heart, will say this. When she had me and my sister, she wanted, like, when she was gonna have kids, she wanted 2 little girls with curly hair that she could dress up in little dresses. That's what she wanted. 2 little girly girls that she could do all the little girly girl things with, and very unfortunately, she got my sister and I. She tried, but, she got dirt bike riding, bug playing with snake loving freaky little girls instead with straight hair, with, like, you know, this hair. I don't know what this is. She tried though, but she'll say that, like, I've told you guys about her fucking porcelain doll collection. She'll point out, she'll be like, that one's Katie and that one's Sarah. She got them before we were born, hoping we would look like them. Just little China dolls. That didn't happen, obviously. Insecticons, they're called Insecticons. Insecticons, they're called Insecticons. Wait, didn't I call them Insecticons? Didn't you just write the same thing twice? What? Oh, I know, Vex. It's the worst. The guilt, the weird, like, guilt thing. Or, like, there's something about it where it's like, if I get rid of it, will I remember my Nana? Of course I will. I have shit of hers all over the place. Literally all over. I have little bits of my Nana all over the place. Why the fuck do I need a box of Barbies that I don't put up? Hi, Bubba. Good morning, David. Yeah, exactly. Why keep an army of Barbie? I mean, I agree with you. I don't know. Guilt. Catholic fucking guilt, which isn't a good excuse. Is he not the sweetest? You're very cute. They're right. The way he just stares sometimes, like. He's just not a thought. Not a thought going on up there, huh, bud? Nope. Just love and cuddles. That's it. We're okay with that. I have little bits of Nan all over the place. Katie, is something you want to confess? Grave plots are really expensive. When you could just put Nana in different parts of the garden. Is that fucked? That look on his face, Music Man, the one where he just goes like, and stares, is my favorite. Are you guys gonna fight now? Okay, go ahead and fight. No, you're just being a bitch. You don't give a fuck about me. Squirrel scratches and treats. Yes. Very, very much so. Side note, you know how Lil's had that bum leg for a while? And I tried like CBD and everything. So we went to the dog park a couple weeks ago, and there was a guy there, and he noticed Lil limping. And he was like, he suggested this like glucosamine kind of dog supplement online to get off Amazon and shit. And I checked it out and I talked to my vet and they all said it was legit and I got it for her and I swear to God it's helping. Like, I don't know if it's in my head, but I haven't seen her limp in like 4 days. Did you just punch my tit? Ma'am, can I help you? She just straight up punched me in the boob. What? Just don't know what they want. Do you guys not have like rules for what you can do with human remains? There are rules around what to do with human remains. However, I don't know. How do I put this? I don't know how far those rules extend. How do I put this? I don't know how they extend past owning the ashes of your, like, are there rules around? Yeah, okay, so the rules for human remains vary by state. There you go. I know dead bodies have rights. Like, you can't just keep a dead body in your house. You have to call, register the death, etc., etc. Dead bodies, I'm not kidding, David. You're going to love this one. In America, a dead body has more rights than a woman. Amazing. There are definitely rules around it. That being said, like once a body is cremated and you have the ashes in your home, I don't know if there's rules around that. Honestly, no idea. You can do with what you want with cremains. There you go. Thank you, Uki. I wasn't sure because like my family's all cremated and like it's really weird. I've told you guys this story, but my mom kept my dad's remains for many, many years just in a box because we moved so often she didn't know where to bury him. And when she finally decided to bury him in fucking Wisconsin, so bizarre, really random, no idea why, she separated some of the ashes and put them in separate urns and kept some of them. So she has some little urns of my dad, and then the main part of him is buried. And I don't know, is that weird? When we picked up mom's ashes, they gave us a paper that said we had to keep with her, showing we had permission to have transport of human remains. That makes sense, though, because you guys were probably, like, in case you traveled across state borders and stuff, right? I know it's different. It's apparently different beyond, depending on the state. Colorado law requires a body to be embalmed or refrigerated if final disposition does not occur within 24 hours. Additionally, if the body will be transported out of state by common carrier, it must be either embalmed or shipped in a hermetically sealed container. That makes sense. Buried in cheese, yeah. Yeah, I've never seen his grave. I've never seen my dad's grave. I'd like to one day. I just haven't found a reason to go to Wisconsin at all. There's certain places you're not allowed to spread ashes. Dude, I watched a whole special about how many bodies are in the water supply of Disney because people don't follow the rules and they keep spreading bodies at Disney World. But the reason you're not allowed to spread ashes at Disney World and Disneyland is because it gets into the groundwater and then everyone attending the park is now drinking Nana. But like no one gives a fuck and they keep sneaking ashes in and dumping them in the lakes. So if you drink water at a Disney park, chances are you're just drinking generations of human. It was really interesting, but fucking weird. Yeah, it's like that's not the place. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Just bring an extra carry-on for cheese curds. You want it? I think I've told you this story before, Vex, but it's long story short. My dad's mom is buried in Wisconsin, therefore that's why he got buried there. We don't know why the fuck she lived there though. But one time when I was like 4 years old, he flew to Wisconsin to visit her, and he brought me back cheese curds. I still remember the squeak. I still remember how fucking delicious those were. My sister was not born yet. I know that for a fact. I was so young and I still remember it. I drink Nana water. I drink my Nana water, but not other people. I don't want to drink all the people's waters. They're so fucking good. There's something about Wisconsin cheese. I don't know what it is. You guys really do cheese. That and like chances if you spread grandma around Disney, she's just gonna get swept up and tossed out, right? Or a duck's gonna eat her or something. Cheese curds are fucking fantastic. During an AIDS protest, ACT UP spread a ton of cremains on the White House lawn. I think it could be considered a cemetery now. Honestly, I think the White House is a perfect place for that. What a shitty place. My local church just denied me permission to spread my dad's ashes in the graveyard according to my dad's final wishes. Wait, your dad's final wishes were to be spread all over a church graveyard and not buried in it? Nanowar, you mean scotch? Gin. Yes. My Nana would taste like gin. Piney motherfucking gin. She would taste like a weird pine tree. There's so much crap in remains, it's so bad for you. I mean, who the fuck is eating ashes and bone? Yeah, we shouldn't do that. I love living super close to the Wisconsin border. I get so much cheese. Their cheese is the best. It really is. I mean, I grew up on Tillamook. Tillamook's delicious, but oh my God. And does anybody from Wisconsin know why the cheese is better? Like, you know the cheese is better. We've covered that. Do you know why? Genuinely curious, because it is. There's a town that got flooded and still underwater, houses and all here in the US. If I recall right, the local government at the time were doing some weird shady shit with oh God. It doesn't shock me that we would do shady shit. Shady shit. None of gun. I think the same. I try not to use the word believe because I want to be like, if someone's going to prove me wrong, I'm open to it. And believe, when people say believe, it tends to be very solid, like they're not open to talking about it. I hope to fuck there ain't no spirit left in dead bodies. Like, I hope beyond hope's hope that they're gone. I really, really do. I hope there ain't nothing in there, because holy crap. Shit ton of dairy farms. Is that it, basically? My mom keeps saying just toss her in a ditch, and if that isn't the most Irish thing anyone can say. My Nana said the same shit. She didn't give a fuck. Yeah. Superior dairy production, what does that mean? My dad's been cremated, but he wants his ashes to go under the beautiful cherry blossom tree in the local tree yard, but the church said no. Oh, that sucks. I kind of understand. Because just looking at it from someone else's point of view, like if I was visiting a loved one at a cemetery and I saw someone spreading ashes all over said cemetery, like now I'd feel like I have to visit you too. Like, this is no longer just Nana, now it's Nana plus that guy. Did my Nana want that guy on her head? I don't think so. I don't know. I'd feel weird. Maybe. I could see it. That, and it's probably like with, you know, church graveyards or cemeteries and whatnot, they probably have to have a record of every single body in there and whatnot in the church ledger. And I imagine it's fucking hard to... Like, you know, in plot 1 is Miss Jenkins, and plot 2 is Mr. Green, and in plot 3, plot 4, blah, 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 blah. And then plots 1 through 50 is Mr. Jones. I could see how that could be complicated, but, I mean, bless your father, he could do better than a fucking church cherry tree. Fuck churches. Find somewhere pretty and tell them you know better. Do the kid thing. Don't worry, Dad, I know better. It's what we all do anyways. Somebody described once that humans aren't souls and bodies, humans are bodies, and it kind of fits my own philosophy of I am this configuration at this time. When somebody asks, how do I see myself? I don't see myself as the flesh sack. I don't feel attuned with the flesh sack. I feel like I'm just an entity trapped in it for a bit, and I've just got to figure it out. It's like having a shitty car. You don't have another option. You just got to work with what you got. I'll put oil in it and shit, fully synthetic, whatever, but like, when it's done, it's fucking done. You know? You should not sweep, Katie? Swim in Lake Lanier. What is that? What is that? What's wrong? Is it full of dead people? Good morning, Max. How are you? You're welcome, Anubis. It's not like fresh. There's not a market for human meat because that would absolutely be illegal. We have gotten dark so early in the morning. Human meat. We've gone there. Oh, Mish, I'm sure. Like, anybody who has any sort of, like, physical disability or something probably feels what I said on an exponential level. Like, I'm very blessed to have the health I have, but I still feel that. Like, I'm just operating this like a puppet, you know, master of strings or whatever. And it'll wear out. I'll wear it out. And then I'm done with it. I'll throw it in the trash compactor. I'm good. Lakes are gross. I mean, I hate bringing this shit up on a regular basis. No, I don't. I fucking love it. But every ball sack I've ever seen rot off of a human was either due to picking an ingrown hair or swimming in a lake. So, like, don't. Ew. Stagnant fucking water, my dudes. Stagnant water is not meant for human consumption nor soaking. Stop it. At low tide, same. Hard same. Lakes are yucky.
Hail Satan. Let's cheers too, fuck it. Lizzie.
Thank you for summoning the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving it any swings. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent, and I fucking appreciate you. Thank you, my love. Was Hosier your number one? Because he was my number 3, and I got a personalized thank you from him on Spotify. Did you? I love you, Lizzie. I hope you're doing well. Lake info on what lake? Named for Georgia poet musician Sidney Lanier. I don't know how to say this. I'm sorry if I'm saying it right. Lanier? Lake Lenoir was created in the 1950s when the United States Army Corps of Engineers built Beaufort Dam for purposes that include flood control, power generation, recreation. It's the primary source of water for Gwinnett County. Wait, so some dirty water that's too filthy to swim in is being drank? Is that what I... Lanier, not Lanier. Words are dumb. On the other hand, free bottom surgery, you're not wrong if that was your goal. You're not wrong. The lake, no, I read it. We're good. I just like, now I'm getting out of it that we're drinking fucking nasty ass, nasty. I was in the top 0.0005% listeners of NF. I say. I hate when they do that, to be honest. I was in the 0.005% of listening to Hosier in general and Deadmau5. And like, as much as there was great new bands on my Spotify, like I definitely need to branch out. I still listen to so much Deadmau5. It's just so listenable. It's very good, like, put on in the background shit. I don't know, dude. Ugh. But man, my spot, like, the newest thing on there was Jungle, and Jungle's phenomenal. Like, I am so thankful for Vex for introducing me to Jungle, because I truly listen to that album, Volcano, all the fucking time. They're incredible. Good morning, Zane. How are you, love? Wouldn't surprise me, the English have been drinking shit for years because their water companies are privatized, unlike Scotland. I mean, most water companies are privatized, let's be real. What your description left out, Lake Lanier, I don't know, was built over a prominent black neighborhood, which is why it's haunted and kills so many people every year. They built a lake on a black neighborhood and then named it after a poet.
How poetic.
Did you take your joy today? Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet.
Yeah. How fucking gross is exactly what I mean. Yes. That is... The rippling animation on Spotify made me think of the Spotussy. Oh my god. I actually thought their animations this year were kind of shitty. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? My NR artist was weird as fuck. Weird, he even made you... made a thank you video in the recap? That's what I got. I got thank you videos in my recap from people, and it was weird. True, David, but like, not to freak you out, but let's put it in this context. So, like, the UK is relatively small, right? So let's just pick one of the biggest states in the US just to compare. Let's look at Texas. That's like someone in northern Texas being like, the water in South Texas is icky, but don't worry, ours is different. All water's connected. And there's no, I mean, I straight up just know this. My dad builds water treatment plants for a living. There's no mystical filter that's separating water or pulling medications or feces or body remains out of water. There are a certain level of screens that pull large, chunky items out of the water, but literally everything else goes straight into aquifers under the ground that we are all pulling from. So if someone within 1,000 miles of you is dumping shit in the water, you're drinking that shit. Like, there's no, for some reason, we've been convinced there's magical filters, probably from the 80s and 90s when they were like, did your grandma die? Dump all her pills down the toilet. No. There is no magical treatment system for getting mystical pills and substances out of water. That's not real. It just goes straight back into the water supply. There's actually huge studies being done on it right now because things like methamphetamines, Adderall, birth control, not the same, but they enter the body and exit the body in the same molecular form. So when you take methamphetamines, a lot of meth addicts will drink their own urine because meth is coming out of them in the same form they took it, and you can get another buzz off of it. So if you think about all of that being pissed into our water systems, birth control is the same. The way it goes in a hormonal form, it's pissed out of you exactly the same into our drinkable water. There's no way for it to be filtered out. And there's actually a huge study right now in terms of infertility in women in the United States of America and how we're all just drinking low-grade birth control. It's fucking frightening. And this is what I get if I call my parents. Like, because this is my dad's life. It's horrific. But, like, don't let anyone convince you you've mystically got clean water. If you're within 1,000 miles of a water source, it's tainted. You're drinking it. Like, no government can claim they're doing that. It's impossible. That's not real. They'd have to have some sort of neutralizing chemical treatment to put in the water, which would probably ultimately be just as bad for you as whatever's in said water. It's wild. But it's impossible. Like, how do I do this? Okay. So if this is the ground, like this is the ground, and here's Scotland, and here's somewhere else in the UK. If I pour coffee onto a porous surface, enough coffee onto a porous absorbent surface, it's going to travel the entire porous absorbent surface under the ground. Unless you have a steel fucking plate going to the core of the earth right here. That is the only thing that would stop that from happening. Does that make sense? Everybody is. I'm not picking on the UK. We all have traded our water like crap. I mean, no shit. Part of the reason I chose Colorado was that we have water, and the US is drinking up our aquifers like nobody's fucking business. Like, it's a problem that we are losing water rapidly to feeding cows and watering cornfields as opposed to giving people clean drinking water. It's a huge problem across the US. I'm not picking on anyone, but, like, I'm just trying to help you understand how unreasonable it is to believe someone's bullshit when they tell you, like, no, the wastewater here is not affecting the water here, when literally everything under the ground is wet. It's impossible for that not to be tainted. It's gonna get there. Eventually, and the fact that you're an island, if anything's put into the ocean, it's absolutely touching your shores and getting into your groundwater. That's just fact. Water will get there eventually. Like, look how much that little coffee has spread. That's the earth. Imagine that. It's gonna get there. Imagine it as shit. So, like, it's like, I want you to feel safe drinking your water, but on the same token, like, don't be disillusioned by this, oh, it's mystically better here. We're all tapping off the same aquifers under the ground. Everybody. And whatever goes into the ground is going straight back into those aquifers. Whether it's shit, toxins, what's that fucking weed killer people love to use that destroys the earth? I always forget the name. It literally leaves like a fucking black spot. Roundup. Roundup is literally one of the worst things that has ever been invented in the history of human man. I highly suggest you get over your fear of dandelions and stop poisoning your yard. It's going straight into our water system. Everything poured on your fucking lawn is going straight into the water system for everybody. Everybody. And I don't know how anybody can put that on the ground and watch something turn black and be like, no, that's fine. I'll still eat out of that ground. What? It's so scary. Yeah, Roundup is horrific. Rainwater is just evaporated water from the earth. I mean, if you look at ancient statues and shit, the reason they look like they're melting away is because of the chemicals and shit in rain that are slowly melting them away. Oh my God, I watched a really disturbing video. I'm not here to freak you out. Like, I'm not a germaphobe by any means, but someone actually did a microscope slide of a piece of rainwater. It had bugs in it. It had bacteria in it and detritus and little creatures swimming around and stuff. That's normal, though. Those are things we shouldn't be afraid of. The little normal things in water that are just, like, the things we should be afraid of is what we dumped into the water. That's what we should be fearing, really. Yeah, everything has little microbes and stuff. We're constantly drinking. That's okay. But that's not what we should be afraid of. We should be afraid of sewage being dumped into the oceans, trash islands, microplastics, hormones, etc., etc. Like, there's so many things to be afraid of that aren't that, if you choose to be so afraid. I make sure my water is safely fermented in delicious bourbon before I drink it. I mean, you know this, Crispy, but like if you read about the history of water, it wasn't really safe to drink water until like the 1900s. People drank beer, like kids drank beer and stuff because the fermentation process literally was a way of making water safe to drink. Like, as funny as it is, it's absolutely true. Because water is not inherently safe, especially once people get a hold of it and start dumping sewage and shit in it, and then try to convince each other, no, we dumped it on the ground, it's fine, the water's fine. Where's the water come from? Oh, the ground? Where you dumped all that shit? Wild. Wild. Different companies filtrate differently, though, surely. Yes, but there's no company out, like, how do I describe that? There's a standardization process in every country. I'm sure your country has one as well. The standardization of water treatment plants. And water treatment plants are where all sewage, gray water, wastewater goes to be treated. I.e., you know, whatever they lead us to believe to become drinkable again. My dad builds those for a living in the US. In multiple states he has built them. So I can only speak to those. But according to my dad and the science of it, there is no mystical filter system that can filter out hormones and molecules and small portions of drugs. The filters in water treatment plants are strictly physical, and then they dump chlorine and fluoride and whatever else into the water to try to neutralize all the shit in it that we dump into the system and put down toilets. But there is no physical way to filter that shit out of water at all. It doesn't exist. We would have to have a very specific chemical compound to neutralize every single individual thing going into the water system, and there's just no way to even grasp a scope on that yet. Really, at all.
Now,
And so,
I'm going to fuck
I don't know if you've seen this where
with
you live.
Satan's cock.
Thank you for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving us for 50 fucking months.
Goddamn, motherfucker, goddamn. That's a long time. And I appreciate you.
So I grew up seeing these on the side of the road. Again, my dad worked in water treatment plants, so we're probably going to them as kids. I don't know. But you'll see water treatment pools sometimes like circling these water treatment plants. So what they do is after they do all the physical filters they possibly can to the water, and then after they dump all these chemicals into the water trying to neutralize whatever we've done to it with our shit and piss and drugs and whatnot, then what they do is they flush all these waters into these standing pools that are outdoors. And ducks land in them and shit in them, and birds land in them and shit in them, and raccoons drown in them and die in them. But theoretically, the heavy salts of medications will sink to the bottom of these pools, and the things lighter than water will come to the top. And these pools are designed so they stay a certain temperature, and allegedly it will evaporate off, and the solids will sink to the bottom, and then they can start, like the solids will form together, and then they can start using another physical filter to try to filter those solids out. It's a huge process to get water from gray water to drinkable again, but there's no magic. Like, we are absolutely consuming a certain amount of hormones and amphetamines. That's been proven already. The study is it affecting us? Like, is it causing this insane rate of infertility in both women and men? Low sperm counts and inviable eggs, or not being able to carry a baby. Like, there's big studies being done on that right now. Because it's just, if you take a hormonal pill birth control, you piss it out exactly the same way you take it in, and that's just going into the water. And then we do not know how to get it out. And that's scary. Hard water is just the level of salts in the water. Hard water, honestly, it tends to be like well water. If you have a personal well, which tends to be the best water because it's your water and it's not coming from a city tank that has mold in it or whatever. Like, my parents have hard water and they have to add a salt softener to it because otherwise the soap won't come off their skin. But they live on a well and they're in the middle of fuck nowhere. But I don't know. I don't know about that part. I just can spit what my dad spits at me all the time, which is the water treatment plant shit, which is scary to know about because, like, we do lead this disillusioned life like they're taking care of us. Gray water is taken care of and I can drink my sink water. And, like, you can, but it ain't the best. It's not as good as we, like, are led to believe it is, you know? Oh my God, Uki, did I tell you what? Oh my God, you'll love this. Last time I went home to visit my parents, I went with Vissy, and I bitched at them. I'm like, you need to add more softener to your fucking water, because I couldn't get the soap off my body, like, at all. I got out of the shower after, like, just running water on me, and I could go to the sink and do this and lather off my hands. Like, that's how hard their water is. And my dad was like, between you and me and the turd in my pocket, our water's never passed an inspection there, Kate. Okay. So my 70-year-old parents are just, like, drinking poison in the middle of nowhere with no cell phone reception. The only thing that would save their life is a goddamn chicken. What the fuck? I know. You're not dumb, Bezabelli. I grew up, my parents loved to move us into the middle of nowhere, so I just grew up listening to this shit. My parents have now lived... They built one house in the middle of fuck nowhere in Eastern Washington, and then now they live in another house in Western Washington in the middle of fuck nowhere. And when you're in the middle of fuck nowhere, you're oftentimes on a well and not on city water, and it's always hard. And so you have to buy these big bags of this softening salt, because otherwise the hard water, it just does not rinse soap off your skin. It's very bizarre. You just feel slimy forever. It's really weird. Any given glass of water has been through a dinosaur 65 million years ago. I kind of think that's awesome. Is it safe to drink? Yes, of course it is. Get over it. Filtration, evaporation, rainfall works just fine to purify the water. That was, but like, forgive me, it's very ignorant to say water when dinosaurs were around and it was going through dinosaurs is the same as the water today where humans are pissing, pouring meth, amphetamines, hydrocodone, fentanyl, propofol, Dilaudid into the toilet. Dinosaurs weren't doing that, and nature doesn't know how to do that. Like, you know, the whole, like, natural filtration system of creeks, rivers, aquifers, and whatnot was not built to withstand the science that is human. We have fucked it hard. Not only have fucked it with what we've done, but the rate and the acceleration with which we have done it. Like, if you look up how much longer we are predicted to actually have clean water from aquifers, it's only like 2 generations. Like, your grandkids will be worrying about these aquifers being empty. Like, that's going to be their big climate worry is the aquifers are empty. Now what? Which is why you'll see a lot of states who have reservoirs, water reservoirs, i.e. lakes that are surrounded by razor wire. That's emergency water because we have fucked our aquifers hard. By watering fields, feeding cows, factory farming in America. I can only speak to America because it's shitty. But factory farming and shit like that has just accelerated the process beyond reason. Global warming, etc. It's just a little different. Hard water builds up lime scale quicker on your kettle and stuff, 100%. Yeah, and the softener helps relieve that, to be honest. If you have calcium buildup or like that hard buildup, you can use vinegar to get rid of it. Vinegar helps. Nick, thank you so much for subbing the class, keeping the classy alive and giving any that Prime sub. Don't forget your Prime subs! Jeff Bezos does nothing for the world in any way, shape, or form. All the workers on strike. Maybe use your Prime sub on someone who needs a smile. I appreciate you and thank you. I'm from the UK. Clean water falls from the sky every day. Okay, no shit, Max. But that water in the sky was evaporated from America. Like, chances are some clouds were formed in, like, New York City, made it across the ocean, and pissed on you. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever been to New York? It straight up smells like vomit and piss most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, the water in the sky came from somewhere, and, like, I don't know where, but if it's New York, god damn it. Take a vitamin. 100%, whenever you guys get a hurricane or a big storm, we get one a few days later. That's what I'm saying. And that's all picked up from somewhere via, I mean, evaporation shit. You guys, we all took life sciences. So, like, I don't know. I'm still drinking sink water. We are the same. This is from my tap. You gotta drink water. It's just the disillusionment they lead us to believe, like, oh, this water here's clean, but that over there's not. What the fuck are you talking about? It's all coming from under the ground. We've all pissed in it. It's all dinosaur piss at one point. Like, get over yourself. Get over yourself. Vis, are you ready to play games? I've got some disgusting cold, so I am gonna turn my, like, have push talk because I cannot stop coughing. And it's disgusting, but I'm really excited to play. Heyo, the channel's not in a category. Oh my god, why does that... Well, I'm just going to put us in Borderlands. That's happened to me twice in the last week, Genova. Thank you for letting me know. I swear I'm not. I've never done that on purpose in my life. Why would I? I didn't even know no category was an option. I didn't know. Thank you, love.
Turn it off, Willard.
I didn't know that was a thing. No, it does. It suppresses the channel and it makes me hard to find. Like, I'm the first person to be guilty of forgetting to hit follow on someone's channel, but I'll remember, like, what category they're in, so I'll go scrolling that category. And I fuck myself. And I fuck other people that way. I don't want to do that. No, I would never do that on purpose, and I appreciate you. You know what, Lizzie? I was thinking of reinstalling that game recently because I was thinking about, actually, I've restarted that game so many times. Like, I have restarted it a lot. I'm really trying to think of, like, even how to quantify how many times I've restarted it. I've restarted it so many goddamn times. Because it's so replayable, and, like, the further I get in the game, I'm introduced to a new class race combination that I'm like, I want to try that! Because I'm a fucking D&D nerd, I guess. I've never made it, I don't think I've made it to Act 2. No shit. When is that patch going down, Genova? Do you know? It's restartitis. It's so horrible, but it's such a good game. It's so easy to start. Because every time you go in, it's better. I mean, not better. It's different. There's so many dialogue options. And depending on how your character is and who you talk to, there's so many more options. So I actually had reinstalled it recently and was thinking about fucking around with it. For funsies. Because it's a fucking perfect game. It's just so replayable. I don't know. I don't think they have crossplay. I think, isn't there? I think WoW is there's very few games out there that actually have accurate crossplay. I think WoW, Halo, maybe. BG3 will have crossplay. No shit. You can just respec. But I want to, like, I've literally changed my entire class. Like, just one more. Oh, crossplay's coming next year. No shit. Oh, yay. Good morning, Kilo. How are you? Just found out the grill tray comes out of my George Foreman grill. Oh my god, yes. So you can clean it better? Fuck yes. Corch play? What the fuck? What's corch play? Crotch play? Did I say crotch play instead of crossplay? I think, was it yesterday in stream or the day or in movie night? I can't remember. I've been but, like, someone said crotch and I got really excited. I was like, man, we need to bring back crotch. What a great word that was. I'm gonna punch you in the crotch. What does that mean? What is crotch? Why did we come up with that? You can't just respect the hair I picked just for the class. I'm not kidding. I was about to say that. Like, the genitals I pick, the horns I pick. Horns dictate. Like, I'm always a tiefling. I can't not, or a dragonborn. But, like, depending on if I'm magical or if I'm a war beast, like, I need different horns. Crotch. Crotch is a great word. I don't know why we lost it. I'm trying to open Discord. Hold on. We're going to play. We'll take a break first. I see you back there, son. He knows that word. Break. Now I have to. No, I watched the BFG. I mean, I was in and I was laying there all sickly and shit, but I was definitely there. I love that movie. It's wonderful. The cartoon, the original. I don't think I've seen the new one. The etymology of crotch. Okay. I do want to know, because it's, what an interesting word. This song playing right now, Songs for the Dead. Songs for the Dead? From Songs for the Deaf? One of the best ever. I mean, don't get me started. 1530s pitchfork from Old North French croche, shepherd's crook. Variant of crock, hook, from Old Norse crocker, hook, which is of obscure origin but perhaps related to the widespread group of Germanic cur words meaning bent or hooked. From the 1570s as any fork or forking, especially a parting of branches of a tree, meaning region where the body forks. Hence, crotch cutter, women's bathing suit with leg openings. Oh my God. I have not heard the term crotch cutter in a very, very long time. Wow. Women's bathing suit with leg openings which reach above the hips. Crotch cutters. Fascinating. Crotch cutter? I think crotch cutter is a pretty fucking old term, but I remember trying on a bathing suit when I was like really young, and my mom was like, absolutely not. That's crotch cutters. And the hips were cut up to like here, and it makes your legs look really long, but it also looks like your vagina is very long. It's like, I mean, this is personal opinion. Crotch cutter bathing suit, mom jeans. I cannot help but wonder why your vagina goes up to your belly button. Like, do you split all the way? I don't know. Genuinely don't know. Crotch cutter. Maybe it's a, I don't know. I have not heard it in like 30 years. Yeah, the 60s cut where it was like super high and the fucking hips would be cut all the way up, basically to your waist. Like they sat on your waist. Splits open and yells, "Feed!" Audrey got weird. Feed me, Seymour. You know, I wasn't kidding, so now that's canon. Like, man, when your jeans go up to here and the zipper is that long, I'm not kidding you, until I was like a middle schooler, I thought that's how long your pussy was. Every single mom I walked by who had the zipper that long and it like had that pooch because you've had kids, I was like, apparently after you have kids, feed me, Seymour. Oh no. people had legitimate fucking Stargate. I'm serious. Because why did they have to go? Why is your zipper a foot long if your pussy ain't? What the fuck? Has anybody watched the newer Spider-Man movies? Tournay, what's her name? Melissa Tournay or whatever. They put the most ridiculously high pants on her. And I just don't understand why, because she's so fucking banging. Like, she is so hot. And they put pants on her that go to here. Like, to her rib cage. And I'm like, you're pushing a fashion statement that makes her look like her butt crack goes up to her spine and her vagina can sing, "The hills are alive with the sound of pussy." What is happening? I'm sorry, I get very passionate. I just rewatched all of them, and the whole time I'm just like, the pants, what's going on? Why are they so big? Why do they have to go up to her armpits? Why do pants go here? That's not where pants stop. I don't understand. I get very worked up. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Marissa Tomei, thank you. Marissa Tomei. She's so fucking amazing. And they put her in these, I mean, I could put... It's ridiculous! In every scene! It just never stops with the pants. Why do they have to go? Is this their way of being like, she's old? Like, is this how they're like, we have to like make Marissa look like a mom, so we're gonna put her pants up to her rib cage in every scene. And I know this is a really stupid thing, but every time I watch the movie, I'm like, why did they do that? They've done her dirty. I could go on for, it's just, they do her dirty. I don't understand. She's such a beautiful woman. But the pants, what's happening? Why are they, that's your waist. That's here. What's going on? She even has a badonkadonk. Like, it's like, I just don't, if someone could riddle me why they do her so dirty and why they're not showing me any pictures, probably because her pants are so high. Look at those! What in the fucking sin hell is happening? What? Can you imagine if her vagina went to there? Do you see that? I'm not kidding you. That's where her vagina actually ends. And this is where they want me to think her pussy ends. What's going? No, there's a difference. This is high-waisted. Lizzie, you cannot disagree with me. There's a complete difference between high-waisted and, oh my God, are they touching her nipples? Because I'm wearing high-waisted right now. This is different. It's like they've attacked her. And every scene, her pants are so big, but she's got such a nice ass and I just don't understand what's happening. There's a difference. And I think her vagina is so big. Seymour! You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand. It's the pussy that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started splitting it, not knowing what it was, and they'll keep on splitting it forever just because. It is the pussy that never ends. Yeah. Yes. I'm sorry. It just drives me nuts. I just don't understand why we get done dirty like this. They had to nerf her, Genova. I honestly think you're right. No, I think you're absolutely right. I think they had to nerf her and give her like a grandma vibe or something because she's too hot. Which I think is stupid. Just stop that. Let her be. You can be sexy and attractive at any fucking age. I don't understand how they're like, no, in order to represent as a parental figure, we have to put your pants to your nipples. What? I know a lot of hot moms. Moms can still be hot. The autopsy dance. When you get old, those high-waisted pants, I'm not against high-waisted. Seriously. It's beyond the waist that I have a problem with. Because I just don't know. And she does not wear these in her private life. So you know, I mean, I love Melissa Tournay. I follow her on her profiles, on like her social media profiles. She don't dress like that in every day. So I know it's not her. They, like, in costuming, they have been like, we got to make you look like an aunt of an older teenage gentleman. Pants to your nipples. It was just a thing when I was literally growing up. Like, having a vagina myself and realizing that it's so low down there when I saw, and like, it's a thing, like moms, after you have a baby, sometimes literally like your womb is a little bit distended because you gave birth to a baby, like, holy shit. And so like, it'll fill out that like zipper area. And so like, they look normal and then it's like, boop, down to their pussy. But when they wear their pants, literally sitting on the brim of that womb extension, it straight up looks, my child mind, I'm like, if the zipper must be the length of the vagina. So after you have kids, you're just split the fucking half. And to this day, like, that's my initial instinct is like, why is it so long? Why is it so high? What's there? I don't know. That was just a thing my stupid kid mind thought, because all my mom and aunts, all of them, very high, very mommy pants. Very high, very mom pants. And that was just, I don't know, it was what my like independent brain decided. Borderlands 2! Yeah, thank you for reminding me. We're gonna why did I get hung up on pants? Feed me, Seymour. Viata did it. What y'all crab walk would look like. What do you mean? Feed me, Seymour. I mean, Zendivia, isn't that just a corset? Like, if it's something that goes up the torso and supports the titties, haven't we just gone to corsets again? Which is where we should have stayed, like, good quality corsets that don't kill people. A bodysuit or a corset, right? Yeah. Like, just go all the way. What's the point of a shirt if your pants went to here? I don't know. Good morning, Pete. Oh, Discord's up. I see my girl. Okay. Let's take a quick break, and then we're going to play Borderlands 2 with this. And if Knives is around and he's able to jump in, we will play with Knives as well. In other news, I went to a surgeon. I got to do a special swallow test today. Giggities. Surgery scheduled for Valentine's Day. Went to primary care for a sinus infection. Just found I have a double ear infection. Oh. Are you on antibiotics? I hope so. My only gripe with bodysuits is pissing. Oh my god. I got a onesie this year for Burning Man that actually had a butt flap. Pretty sure it's made for children, but all onesies should have a butt flap. That was the one I wore on Halloween. If you were here during Halloween, I wore like a bodysuit that was a skeleton. Biggest complaint is you literally have to zip it down the back and get totally naked to piss. How have we not worked around this yet? Yeah, they should all have butt flaps. It's the best thing that's ever happened. No one wants to get 100% naked while they're... No. What? No. No one's into that. A Cop Etchells effect. High-speed rotor wing going through suspended sand particles causing microsparks. That is really cool and really scary at the same time. I don't know how to feel about that. If I saw that, I'd say UFO. It's really pretty, but... That's cool. But creepy. Yeah, bloomers were basically crotchless, and toilets were basically like a chair with a hole in it, and someone would help you floof all your dresses out, and you would sit and do your business, and then you'd get up, and you were good to go. Bodysuits without snaps do not exist for me. I mean, it's a pain in the ass. If it wasn't a Halloween thing, I would have said, fuck it. You've seen this effect? Do you hear anything? Because it looks to me like it would make a sound. Oh, the aliens were supposed to invade last night. Bummer. Oh well, we're all still here. We'll make do. All right, I have to pee really bad. First break of the day. Go stretch your legs. get a beverage, get a snack, load a bowl, do what you need to do. And then we're going to play games with this. I'll be right back. That, I love Queens of the Stone Age. Let's see, I got to jump into Discord and then we're going to play games with this. Not sure how we got stuck on Queens of the Stone Age. One of their songs came on my road trip, and it reminded, like, I've said this before, Queens of the Stone Age is one of those bands that I love, I just fall out of, and then kind of forget they exist, and then I remember they exist again, I'm like, oh my god, I love Queens of the Stone Age. I have to, like, remind myself, because I just get hooked on other stuff, but it was, God, what is it? Oh, what is it? Is it Feel Good Hit of the Summer? The nicotine, Valium, Vicodin, marijuana, ecstasy, and alcohol. Oh, that one. Came on my fucking random ass playlist while I was... I think it is rated R. Hold on. Yeah. This one. And I was like, oh... I do. So I really like this song because it's got two separate. It's not like one vessel where there's water and air. It's like the water literally only has to reach about. You can see the line where I put the water at, and the rest of it's just room for smoke. So you get a bigger, cooler hit. Oh, nicotine, Valium, Vicodin, marijuana, ecstasy, and alcohol. Cocaine. Cocaine. Hemper, and they do ship to the UK. I have a discount code for them actually. Classhole, all caps, Classhole. And depending on what their sales are, you'll get 5, 10, 15% off or whatever. But no shit, I do have an affiliate code, but dude, they're great. Like, their bongs are great, and they just have such a big variety, and they're relatively inexpensive. This is not $100, which normally if you get a fun little bong, like this is supposed to be a little crystal ball, it's going to be hundreds of dollars because it's fun. They have so many options on there. And I think they have a Black Friday or whatever, Cyber Monday sale. I like cocaine! Wow, the early access edition, $308. Wow. Cocaine. I gotta turn this down and get into Discord with Vissy. Where is my Discord? There it is. Please work. What the fuck? What the fuck, Discord? Don't be an asshole with me today. I'm not in the mood. I can't unmute her because it's being an asshole. Give me one moment. Stop that. Okay, are you there? Discord was I was literally sitting there, and every time I tried to unmute you and myself, like unmute my headphones, it would close the app. Oh, we love Discord, don't we? Dude, the sheer amount of, like, fuckery it's been causing in movie night is weird. Like, I don't understand how they expect people to continuously use their thing. That audio bullshit that's been going on in Discord where it, like, fucks up and gets all glitchy randomly, that's been going on for years. I mean, that's been going on since I started my Nocturne rewatch. That would happen. No, it wasn't every fucking 20 minutes. Yeah. Like, it would usually, like, didn't we have, like, a time, like, it was, like, around an hour. After an hour of streaming something, you'd inevitably get it, and then it would be fine. But this is constant, yeah. The split bong thing, does it have a specific name? This one, it's literally called a crystal ball, and there's two sizes. This is the smaller size, the bubbler, I guess you would say. And then there's a big one. They're both great. This is, like, literally probably the longest lasting bong I've ever had. I think the crystal balls are just a lot thicker. Like, this base, like, the water only goes to, like, that nub. That's just glass. It's thick-ass glass. It's I mean, don't test it. It's borderline undestructible. I've knocked it over so many goddamn times. It's a good little bubbler. I love it. But it's called the Crystal Ball because it's got, and there's different colors of it. You can get it in big pink and whatever because it's got these little guys on it. But the egg bong through them is really good. I would not get the flower. Vissy can speak to this. Unless you want to self-craft and try to figure it out. There's a few bongs on there that are a pain in the ass. There was one that Vissy and I both got at the same time. It was, wasn't it a flower vase? And then it had like a rose bowl. That's what I'm saying. You literally have to craft yourself if you want it to stand up. The base was like the size of a nickel, but then it got wide and skinny again. So if you breathed near it, it would just roll over. Like those clowns, those clown toys you would get, you would punch in the face and they pop back up constantly. It would just do that. Like just fucking roll over. So obnoxious. Do you have it up right now? Hold on. I'm going to pull it up. By the way, if you didn't know, in our chat, we do have a multi-stream link. So if you type !multi in the chat, you can watch both Vissy and I's chat at the same time. And stream and whatnot, which I'm pulling up right now. Hold on. It's stupid. Oh my god, that's so clever. Oh my god, that is so beyond clever. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. You're gonna see both of our chats and shit. It's gonna be a weird, don't worry about it. But you can see Viss's thing. This is what she's talking about. So all of that white is not part of the bong. She had to make that. She made that from scratch. Like there's no fucking way. That thing was so unbalanced. That's really clever though. And it's a cute little bong, and it has a nice little it's like a beaker bong. It's got the little slanted bowl, and it's a little flower. I still have the bowl somewhere, but the bong itself was a pain in the ass. I would not, ever in a million years. Yeah. Free keys meaning like one to give away? Oh, that's fucking awesome. I didn't know that. That's dope. He's really into the game, huh? Why would you want to know?